Hello, I'm Ken Nicely, Superintendent of Roanoke County Public Schools. I want to welcome you to this online graduation for Glenvar High School. We all wish we were celebrating your success in person. However, nothing can take away from the tremendous pride that we feel for each and every one of you. Think of this online edition as part one of graduation. Later this summer or fall, our schools will still celebrate with our graduates in person. Until then, we're going to do the next best thing so that our seniors can officially graduate on time. I want to extend my sincere congratulations to each and every one of our graduates. The class of 2020 has been the most resilient class ever in Roanoke County Public Schools, and I'm incredibly proud of how our students have weathered this current pandemic. I look forward to the day when we can celebrate with you in person. And now, it's my pleasure to introduce the Glenvar High School class of 2020.
Hello, I'm Cade Furman, the class of 2020 Senior President. Please rise and join us for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Please be seated.
Hello, Glenvar families. I'm Dr. Corey Franklin, principal of Glenvar High School. On behalf of everyone at Glenvar High School, I am pleased to welcome you all to our 2020 Commencement Ceremony, Part 1. We'd like to thank members of the Roanoke County School Board and members of our central office staff for their support. Most especially, welcome and congratulations to our graduates and their families. This is a wonderful time of celebration for everyone, but above all for you, our graduates. Through your talent, hard work, accomplishments, and determination, you have earned this moment of recognition, reflection, and celebration. This is not how we imagined we would be celebrating the class of 2020. After 4 years comprised of late nights, study sessions, Friday night football, cheering student sections, powder puff, spirit plug competitions, and groovy teens. We're supposed to be doing this together, here on Highlander Field, surrounded by our friends and family. Instead, drive-bys have taken on a whole new meaning. It's okay to be upset about all the changes that have occurred this spring. This is an unsettling time for all of us. Nevertheless, when history looks back on this time, how will we be viewed? Will we let this crush us, or will we keep moving forward? Personally, I want to approach this just like one of my favorite movie characters of all times, the great Indiana Jones. Have you heard that they're starting a new movie this fall? I'm so excited. I love Indy. He's a scientist and a scholar. He does his homework before tackling a problem. He loves history. He knows several languages, which is really cool. He's adventurous. He loves to take risks. And he's always trying to stop the bad guys from taking and misusing great historical artifacts. My favorite thing about Indy, however, is that no matter how many times he seems defeated, no matter how many times it looks like he's going to lose a fight, no matter how many times he gets pushed off a truck or locked in a cage or with a pit of snakes, no matter how bad it seems, he never, ever quits or gives up. He is the epitome of resilience and perseverance. And these are two of the most important traits a person can have. Resilience is the capacity to recover quickly from difficulties. Perseverance is the persistence in doing something despite difficulty. And you, the graduating class of 2020, have these qualities. You're like diamonds. I'm sure you remember from science class that diamonds are born of coal. When under pressure for a long period, the coal becomes a diamond, a precious gem, and the strongest substance found in nature. The same thing is true of people. When we face challenges in life and approach them with the belief that they will make us stronger and more resilient, then that's exactly what happens. Martin Luther King Jr. once said, "If you can't fly, then run. If you can't run, then walk. If you can't walk, then crawl. But whatever you do, you have to keep moving forward." Everyone faces obstacles. What matters is how you deal with them. Some break through them with their sheer will, and others give up. The choice is entirely yours. And you chose to push through. You did not let the challenges of the last 2 months stop you from achieving your goal of graduating. So here we are. It's time to say goodbye. However, I think goodbyes are sad, and I would much rather say hello. Hello to a new adventure, your own adventure. To the Glenvar High School graduating class of 2020, embrace your resilience, continue to persevere, and take risks, Indiana Jones style. Congratulations, seniors.
Welcome friends, family, faculty, staff, and most importantly, the class of 2020. I'm Grace Blunt. High school has been a roller coaster of emotions and events. It has thrown us left, right, up, and down. As we grow older, we will remember laughing until our stomach hurts at groovy teens, how competitive powder puff gets, and the first time walking into an assembly as a senior. During those moments, we aren't defined by the cliques we associate with, the level of classes we take, or our social status, but instead we are one unit, one class. With roller coaster, there comes many emotions: excitement, fear, adrenaline, and the feeling of reluctance when it's time to get off the ride. Those emotions determine how our day goes, our week, our semester, and finally, the school year. How we address those emotions determine how we will remember the ride. The high school roller coaster has definitely thrown us some loops. We have experienced the ups when we beat last year's senior class in powder puff, winning the spark plug our sophomore year, and as we celebrated the ribbon cutting of our beautiful new track and field. We experienced the downs as we lost to the juniors in powder puff when that last football game was played at home this year, and most importantly, when our senior class was abruptly cut short with no warning, keeping some of us from experiencing our senior sports season, visiting our elementary alma mater to parade through the halls one last time, celebrating together on senior field day, and lastly, saying goodbye in our own way, as we each knowingly walked out those doors for the last time as a student. This year ended in a way none of us could have predicted. That is the greatest adversity this class has been through, and we have been through it together as one. But I do know something about the class of 2020. We are resilient. We are not going through this alone. The faculty, staff, and entire Glenvar community has stood by our side to help us as well. We had our elementary teachers drive around neighborhoods honking their horns. Facebook has been flooded with pictures of our graduating class showing love and support. There's been lawn signs and banners hung up for the community to see. Our teachers have been staying in contact with us, showing love and making sure we are okay. Having our senior year cut short is hard to grasp. I'm going to miss talking to Ms. Brookshire in the mornings about what's happening in my life. I'm going to miss hearing Ms. Jenkins tell me that we can get through the day. I'm going to miss being in AP Physics with Mr. Florick and him randomly saying, "Let's do this live," as he grabs a bowling ball out of his closet. I look back and feel blessed to have gotten to experience all of these things, especially racing cheese down a hill as Nathan and Luke are vlogging in Florick's class. Our graduating class was born during a tragic time for our country, and now we are leaving childhood and entering adulthood during a pandemic. That does not stop this class from looking towards our future, however different it may now look. And I know for this group, the collective experiences of our past has prepared us for success in the future in a way no other class has had. For those who know me well, you know that I have a love for Disney. So in the spirit of Walt Disney, I will close with my favorite quote by him. Around here, we don't look backwards for very long. We keep moving forward, opening new doors and doing new things because we're curious, and curiosity carries us down new paths. I wish y'all success beyond measure as your curiosity leads you down whichever path you choose. Congratulations, class of 2020.
Hello, teachers, classmates, friends, and family. My name is Emma Stanley. When I found out I was going to be given the opportunity to write a speech for graduation, I was excited. I knew I didn't want to write the normal graduation speech where they talk about a famous quote or talk about how far we've come, because that's what a normal graduation speech is always about, and we are not a normal class. We, out of all the classes, have had so many firsts here at Glenvar High School, which sets us apart from any other class. We were the first class to have all 4 years in the new high school after the reconstruction. We were the first class to be able to watch football games on the new field. We are the first class, probably ever, to have our senior year taken away by a global pandemic. We are one of the first classes to have Dr. Franklin as principal. Another embarrassing first is when I somehow managed to break the high jump bar in track practice, and Mr. Swanson said, "I've never seen that happen before." We also have accomplished so many things in the past 4 years and have so many different people with different passions. This year, we had senior girls on the swim team win states. We have had members of the track team take part in team races and win state titles. We have had people in the choir and in band going and competing. We had 2 seniors in DECA Club go to states this year. We've had students on the academic team competing and students on FBLA going out and competing, and so many more clubs and organizations that our class was a part of. This makes us stand out, but not only in high school and life. We have so many memories together here at Glenvar High School that we will never forget. My most memorable moment is our sophomore year during homecoming week. We had just finished sitting in the hall that we had decorated, and we decided to walk through the halls blaring the song "Me Too" by Meghan Trainor. We sang it all the way from the hall we had decorated up to Miss Franco's room, where Miss Franco said, "They're all gonna kill me for that." I'm sure we all have that one most memorable moment from the past 4 years that we will never forget. Those memories and the experiences we have had made us who we are now and will help us continue to be the class of first outside of high school. Maybe the first female president is in our class, or the first person to land on Mars. There are so many different opportunities in life. I think our class has so much determination and passion for things that if we put our minds to it, we can accomplish it. Our teachers, parents, friends, and family have watched us grow up into who we are today. We are a class who can accomplish any task given to us. We are problem solvers and passionate about what we want to do. Now, just because we are leaving what has been our normal lives for the past 17 or 18 years and going on to something new, we cannot forget to stay focused and be who Glenvar has shaped us to be. When I think of Glenvar, I think of the faculty and the building we are in, but mostly about the mountains that surround us. As it says in Psalm 121, "I lift my eyes to the hills, From where does my help come? My help comes from the Lord, who made heaven and earth. This Bible verse reminds me of being at football games or walking the track in gym class and looking around and seeing the mountains that surround us. This serves as a reminder that the Lord is always there with us whenever we need an extra push. I would like to thank all of our teachers and the staff at Glenvar who has helped us get to where we are today. I would also like to thank our parents for continuing to push us and help guide us through life whenever we need an extra nudge. I would also like to thank you all, the senior class of 2020, for making these past 13 years so fun and memorable. So to the class of 2020, let's continue to be strong when things don't go our way, to be determined, to be focused, to never let anything discourage us from our dreams, but most of all, let's continue to be that class of firsts. Thank you and congratulations.
Hello, class of 2020. I'm Nick Jenkins. When I imagined our graduation, I never in a million years believed that this is how it would go. I can't believe I'm talking into a camera addressing you guys right now. I'd much rather see you guys off in person. Have you ever watched a really good Netflix series? One that makes you binge watch it non-stop until you finally finish it? That series for me was The Office. I can remember my first time I watched it all the way through. A few summers ago, my sister introduced me to the show and told me that everyone was watching it, and it was a huge hit. At first I was skeptical, because how could a show about a paper company be entertaining? But the more I watched it, the more invested I was. I was anxious the entire time I was watching, wondering if Jim and Pam were going to get married, what Michael Scott was going to do next, and what prank Jim would pull on Dwight. Those 9 seasons really flew by after that, and all I could do is rush to the end to see how the whole thing wrapped up. After countless nights of binge watching, I finally finished the series and felt sad. Even though I enjoyed the ending of the show, I was sad because it was over, and I'd have to find another show to occupy my time. When I look back at the show, I'm reminded of the little things along the way that made the show better. Anytime I think of a little moment or joke from there, I give a small smile, and I miss having an amazing show to watch like this. I know there won't be another season of The Office coming, so I have to appreciate the seasons that are already here. This is the approach that we seniors should look at our senior year. I know losing the final 9 weeks is rough, especially for spring athletes. Many athletes trained hard to prove themselves one last season and are now untested. There is an empty feeling in me that yearns for closure and to show the world what Glenvar can do. When schools canceled spring sports, I was devastated. But the more I thought about it, I realized I made amazing memories in the other 3 years that will be cherished. From almost getting in a team fight with Floyd to beating Galax for the first time ever, I will not look back on my high school varsity career with sadness, but with happiness. There is a quote by Ernest Hemingway that goes like this: "It is good to have an end to journey toward, but it is the journey that matters in the end." This quote to me is very inspirational and helps look at life from a different angle. Even though we never got our final 9 weeks of senior year, you can look back at our other years in high school with fondness. I personally would not trade a minute of the last 3 years to get back our final senior year. Wherever you may be next year, don't look back on what could have been the final bit of senior year. Remember all the good times spent throughout the course of high school. All the student sections, pep rallies, groovy teens, and even long drives you take with your friends. Don't be sad because it's over. Be glad that it happened. While it is hard to do, we must press on. There are bigger and better things to be attained, and life moves fast. Our high school journey has to come to an end, and it's time to move to the next task. Whether that's college, the military, or straight into the workforce, we are prepared and ready to face the next challenge that comes to us. This is one of the hardest goodbyes I've ever said, and I will surely miss everyone, faculty included. I know I will see you all again someday, but until then, I will leave you with another quote that I once heard from a good friend. Sometimes the road of life takes an unexpected turn, and you have no choice but to follow it to end up in the place you are supposed to be. Thank you, everyone, and congrats, class of 2020.
Please join us in honoring our graduates as we present their diplomas. Frances Olivia Adams. Avery Dale Alexander. Jordan Ronald Alexander.
Cody Lee Allen. Noah Sky Francisco Alls. Jaden Christopher Asbury. Julius Damone Asbury. Michael Brian Ayers. Edward Orion Ball. Natalie Alexandria Barber. Heather Marie Bates. Rachel Nicole Bates. Hannah Marie Bell. Noah James Ben. Tiana Veronica Burkell. Grace Elizabeth Blackwell. Hunter Lee Blankenship. Grace Madison Blunt. Michael Allen Bakke. Nathan Glenn Booth. Jamie Marie Burton. Emmanuel Zamik Burwell. Eleni Elsie Butzer. Carson Andrew Ursel Kane. Jacob Donald Cheney. Sarah Ann Clark. Haley Ruth Coleman. Kevin Brandon Coleman. Gavin Leon Kerfus. Elizabeth Lee Dameron. Robert Lee DeShinzo III. Sarah Nicole Davis. Alyssa Nicole Dickinson. Jasmine Nicole Eaton. Tashana Elizabeth Finley. Eva Sophie Flottenstoken. Haley Elizabeth Fletcher. Casey Michelle Floyd. Jayla Lynn Furman. Cade Philip Furman. John Maxwell Guard. Macy Kate Garner. Cody Lane Gibson. Luca Tashi Gustafson. Jacob Thomas Hager. Bailey Parker Hall. Jessica Lynn Hera. Haley Nicole Hartz. Dakota Wayne Hensel. Zachary Ryan Herndon. Jillian Joyce Hoffert. Robert Edwin Holliday. Colin Montgomery Hughes. Haley Madison Hilton. Alexis Lokila Israel. Adrian Carson Jacobs. Nicholas Paul Jenkins. Riley Carter Jenkins. Tyler Robert Johnson. Justin Tyler Jernell, Brendan Thomas Colleen, Brianna Grace King, Kira Lorraine King, Christy Amber Lazan, Cameron Bailey Lawrence, Angela Danielle Lee, Cameron Vanessa Lineberry, Brady Marshall Loader, Chloe Noel Lovelace, Calvin William Loverood, Flaminia Mantity,
Elaine Faith Martin, Emery Addison McClintock, Alyssa Desiree Meadows, Levi Nathan Meadows, Brennan Alexander Michael, Tyler Scott Miller, Rafid Mursa, Logan Edward Moore, Brooklyn Marsha Mormon, Logan Alexander Mouse, Erica Dawn Merle, Charles Hunter Neal, Madison Michelle Newman, Hema Elena Ortega, Hanish Dilip Patel, Alexander Thomas Perdue, Aiden Brentley Perkins, Lauren Elizabeth Peters, Jacob Michael Pomerlow, William James Pratt, Abby Grace Price, Savannah Haley Price, McKenna Elizabeth Prilliman, Alexander Riley Pruitt, Jacqueline Rachel Pruitt, John Edward Pruitt, Mackenzie Page Pulliam, Robert Cecil Radford, Shayla Nicole Radford, Matthew Colt Reed, Peyton Davis Ritchie, Christopher Sean Ricks, Levi Benjamin Ryder, Glory Jean Rogers, Katie Lynn Roop, Rhiannon Chase Sawyers, Nicholas Mark Siebolt, Caleb Dean Shelton, Austin Wayne Shively, Gabriel Granville Simmons, William Campbell Simmons, Christian Scott Smith, Emily Joanne Smith, Kendra Marie Smith, Matthew Owen Smith, Brianna Nicole Sowers, Allison Claire Sprunger, William Thomas Stacy, Emma Danielle Meredith Stanley, Emma Grace Stanley, Ridge Matthew Thomas Stanley. Casey Nicole Steele. Aubrey Danae Strasbaugh. James Colby Street. Peyton Andrew Talaferro. Brooke Lauren Taylor. Reed William Taylor. Megan Elizabeth Thompson. Georgia Faith Trent. Amber Star Trout. Kayla Orion Trout. Levi Thomas Waldron. Chloe Leanne Walker. Cameron Lee Walters. Nathaniel David Watt. Stephen Gage Weddle. William Churchill Wilkinson. Noah Lawrence Williard. Garrett Matthew Williams. Jonathan David Whitmer. James Alexander Woods. Hannah Catherine Yando. Peyton Renee Young. Dr. Franklin, I present to you the Glenvar High School graduating class of 2020.
The graduating class of 2020, seniors, if you would please rise. And now, by the authority granted me by the Commonwealth of Virginia and Roanoke County Public Schools, I affirm that you are graduates of the 47th Glenvar High School graduating class, with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities therein bestowed. Congratulations. You may now move your tassels from the right to the left. And please join me in the singing of our alma mater.
And he busted all over him. Oh.
Congratulations to all the high school graduates out there. My name is Coach Bennett. I'm the head coach at the University of Virginia, and sincerely wishing you the best, whether it's going on to college or whatever it is you're going to do. A job well done to get through high school, and you guys are our future. We need you, and I know the future's bright. So again, I wish you the best, and congratulations on this impressive accomplishment.
Congratulations, Glenvar class of 2020. You've worked hard to achieve your goals. Chase your dreams with effort, passion, and hard work. And in the words of country singer Tim McGraw, always stay humble and kind.
Hey, Roanoke County Public Schools class of 2020. This is Tiki Barber, Cave Spring High School class of 1993. Now, it goes without saying that this last semester of your senior years has been anything but ideal, but you persevered and you should be commended for that. It's not easy missing all of your spring activities or doing your homework from your bedroom or your kitchen table, but let me add my voice to the many that are going to tell you how proud they are of you. You guys succeeded through something very, very difficult. Congratulations and good luck to all of you all in your future endeavors. I know that success will be right around the corner. Be well and stay safe.